from here at home? And when I say at home, I mostly mean shout out to our homies in Barcelona, Sin Vergüenza. We're coming for you to Spanibus, and those of you that are here at the 420 Treehouse, you'll be able to see the shenanigans that go on at the world's largest cannabis hemp expo in the world. The word for hemp in Espanol is cáñamo. Did anybody know that? Mic check. Repeat after me. Cáñamo.
Cáñamo!
Not caña-ho. Cáñamo. That's C-A-N with the tilde. A-M-O, and that's the word for hemp in Spanish. I know a lot of us growing up in LA thought that the word for hemp in Spanish was mota. But that's just the word for THC pod, right? So we're going to have more with Patrick Moore when you explain to us some of the differences between cannabis and hemp. But I like the story about a dachshund versus a German shepherd. You want to explain a little bit how cannabis and hemp? You want to give them the quick version?
The 1 minute version. Oh, I didn't end it.
Jack
The blessing of the cannabis plant is she's here to help us. The cannabis plant is our oldest ally in nature. It's God's greatest gift. It's been recognized throughout all the millennia. And if we ask her to give us seed, she will give us more seed than any plant on this planet. We can grow per acre more seed oil through hemp than anything. But when we ask for fiber, we say we need fiber, she will grow 20 feet tall with 16-inch fibers and make the strongest, most durable rope on the planet. The rope that made the sails and the canvas that allowed humans to travel around the planet through our history. If we ask for a medicine, she gives us a medicine that is the most potent and safe on the planet. A medicine that has never in the history of the world killed one person. And that has given relief and complete cures to hundreds of millions throughout our history, and you could really say billions. They're finding it is so interwoven with our beingness that there are cannabinoids in mother's milk. The first thing you taste on this planet has a cannabinoid in it, and that is related to our endocannabinoid system, which in the last 15 years has been really thoroughly researched and is being intricately mapped, and it's one of the most complex systems in the human body. And it's no coincidence it's called the endocannabinoid system because it is triggered by cannabinoids. Nature's cannabinoids, other than mother's milk and pure spots, is found in cannabis, indica, sativa, rubialis. And it is some distance away, but you can take the industrial strains in Canada and France, if you cultivated it long enough, and within some generations, you could end up with a very high-end flower. I think that we could take these high-end strains, these cushions, and these incredible strains we have here in California, and we could seed them out and start growing an industrial version of that in Central California, then off into Kansas and Iowa, and other places just primed for it. But the Central Coast here desperately needs some help, and cannabis is that help it needs. So we could take our high-end strains, start growing them for the food and the fuel and the fiber, and we would end up with an industrial strain of hemp, so uniquely adapted to California, so uniquely gifted to give us, as this fourth or fifth layer product, cannabinoids and THC that we could still use as medicine. At the end of industrial hemp use, they always say that the THC levels are very low in that plant, and it is quite true. But they are there. And so at the very end of pressing it for oil, ripping out the fiber and using that to build homes, they're making a hemp crete now, a hemp brick, that's building houses for almost nothing, but stronger than anything else we know of. This is the simple, beautiful future that we can grasp when we embrace hemp for food, fuel, fiber, and medicine. So the hemp plant is our friend. It will do what we ask for. The difference between industrial hemp and medicinal hemp is just what you've asked the plant to do. And that's one of the great gifts of the plant. Give thanks.
Give thanks to the Most High. so we can stay the most high. Hemp, hemp? Who's having a good time on the first Mondays of 2014? We're at the 420 Treehouse, which is a magical land for members only, and I just want to say to those of you that are somewhere in the world that doesn't have a 420 Treehouse, I just want to say, we wish you were here, sucker! And that's a shout out to my world famous co-director, Shepard Fairey of Obey Giant. Give it up for Obey. Anybody know Obey? Give it up for Disobey, which is my new side project, no disrespect. Give it up, because sometimes you have to disobey just to move forward, in the words of my great co-director, Shepard Fairey, he always says, Melissa, keep on rocking in the semi-free world. So, you know, I want to segue into one of my favorite quotes from 2Mex's outro of Fake It Till You Make It. Anybody else here fake it till you make it? Anybody made it yet? At least 2Mex has made it, so shout out from the hood, you know what I'm saying? Represent, because it's going to take all of us united to get a true history to be told. I've been faking it till I make it. I'm still waiting to make it. I'm excited, give thanks. Here's what I learned. Some people don't know they've made it after they've already made it. Have you noticed that? So what's the difference between the people who have made it, and then did you notice that some people think they made it and they're like not even balling remotely out of control, but they really think they made it? And I don't have the heart to tell them sometimes, you know, like they didn't really make it. You know, I'm from Hollywood, like we know. You ever meet somebody that thinks they have enough money? And I go, oh, that's so cute. Where I'm from, that's not even possible. Especially now that we ended the 100-year contract with the Federal Reserve. Did you know that? Did anybody know that? So you don't have to renew the Fed. Did you know that?
I would skip it if we could.
I would prefer not to, says Patrick Moore. So retweet that if you agree. I would prefer not to. Now we don't get too political here at the 420 Treehouse. Yes, we do. But we have free speech, so we talk about whatever we want. And we do have an open mic, so we want to recognize that our views that we express do not necessarily reflect the views of the 420 Treehouse. Why? Because the 420 Treehouse is made up of volunteers, and even we know that a building can't be the people, right? A corporation can't be the people. So, of course, our views might not necessarily reflect the views of a treehouse, because a treehouse doesn't have any views, right? A